You like swords and would like to fight, but you want to make sure you learn it right, so I have some advice to help you start learning this historical martial art. Hi friends, Lauren here with you, and thanks for joining me. Today, what I want to do is not necessarily talk about a specific sword or using it, but some of you may want to get into European martial arts. You might want to start swinging swords yourself. You may not know exactly where you want to go, how you want to get it done, but you want to swing a sword. You want to learn to do it right. It's not just hacking at a person. There's technique, there's skill, and really this is not a solo pursuit. You can do some basics of training on your own, but I thought I'd come up with a how to start sword fighting to help you out, to give you some ideas and direction. It won't be a very long video, but it'll be some good tips, some good start points, and get you on that path so that you can indeed learn how to fight with a sword properly, effectively, and most importantly, have a lot of fun with it. So I wrote a whole bunch of notes. And the first thing, if there's a club near you, join the club. Really, that's going to be the best. Having an instructor there to watch you, to be able to make those corrections early on, so you don't develop those bad habits, because you don't want a bad habit for life when you do a martial art. So find a club. Not sure if there's a club near you? Well, the HEMA Alliance, HEMA Alliance.com. I'll try and remember to put that into the description so that you can go there. They have a club finder. So you just scroll down and there will be the club finder, and you click on that and you can zoom into where you live on the map, or you can search for an address and you can see if there's anything close by. So that's really the best way, is to train with other people. A few tips about finding a club. Don't be afraid to try several different clubs. There's nothing wrong with that. Especially if they have a free or they have a low-cost introductory course, set number of classes you go to, do that. I know at our club, Calgary Fellowship of the Sword, we run intro programs for longsword. This gives people a chance to have a multi-week program, feel like they're developing, and see if they really like it. And if they do, great, we'll have more classes for them. If they don't, well then, it's not for them, but they gave it a try and they had some fun and they learned some basics, and off they go to try the next thing and find what is the good fit for them. And don't be afraid to tell a club that they're not a good fit for you, or that you're not interested in pursuing. Ghosting people is not fun. The number of people that, say, oh yeah, I like that. Oh, I'd like some more. Please make sure you email me more information for the next course. And then they do not answer, and you can send them multiple emails. I don't chase people. 2 emails, you don't answer any of that, I'm done. Okay. Find a style you want to study. What type of sword fighting do you want to do? You want to learn something medieval? Do you want to do something 19th century? Do you want to do 17th century? Do you like the rapier? Do you like the saber? Do you like longsword? No, I want to do something more sword and shield. No, I want to do pole weapons. Well, know what you want to do. That'll help. So when you're looking at clubs that might be nearby, you can find the one that offers the training that you want to learn. That's important too. And set a budget. Set a budget. That's always important. What's your budget for this? Do you only have enough budget for paying for the classes, the club fees? Then you need to find a club that will loan you gear, not one that's going to make you buy a whole bunch of stuff. Okay? Do you have more money? Oh, okay. Well, what am I going to need to buy? First thing you'll probably need, once you've taken a few introductory courses, and hopefully they loan you some gear so you can get with it, you probably want a sword. And then you're going to need a fencing mask. And then you're going to need some sort of gloves. Those are probably your important things. So the club will help you research. Maybe they buy in bulk. Maybe they do bulk orders every few months, and you can get in on that. Helps, maybe it cuts down the price a little bit. Maybe it's saves some shipping. But also do your own research. Finding websites. I mean, Purple Heart Armories is a place in the United States that has stuff. You can look at prices for some of their gear, but you can look at the big sword manufacturers. You can look at Dark Age Creations in Canada if you want a Black Fencer, or you can just go to the Black Fencer website or the Black Armory website, or you can go to the Spez website for gear, or PBT, or I could go on, but I'm not. But there you go. Have your budget, find your club, know what you want to study. But you may not have a club nearby. Oh no! Well, I can't drive 2 hours to go to a 90-minute class and then 2 hours to get back home. Maybe that won't work. Well, it's kind of sad. But you're not done yet. Can't find a club? So solo training is fine. You can start that. But better is to have a friend. Make your own little club. If you have a few friends who also want to learn, training with other people helps. This helps with your timing, understanding of distance. Yeah. You can't get better at swords unless you have a friend. Unless you have someone else practicing with you. You're not going to be able to get used to the impact of someone parrying your attack or of you parrying their attack unless it's real. You know, you can build a training dummy, you can build a PEL, you can build all these things, and they're great. You can really get the basics down. But you should find a friend who wants to train with you. Let's see, what else did we have? Save some of your budget for buying a book. If you have to train alone, you might want to get a book on the subject. Now, I'm not talking about specifically a manual that's about sword fighting from 500-600 years ago. Those are great. Those are fun to own. I like owning them. I have a bunch in my collection. And if you know some basics, you can read through them and you can pick up stuff. You want something with a good translation, of course. If it has artwork, great. But we also have the Wichtenauer site. Again, I'll try and remember to link that in the description. You can go there and you can look at manuals as well. And sometimes there are translations. It's a good site to support as well. You know, if you're going to use it for looking at, manuals and fight books and things. But you might want to look also for resources, and you'll find that at HEMA Alliance, and there'll be links to message boards, and there are Facebook groups, and a lot of things that you can do to start finding, oh, well, there's someone who wrote a book on how to sword fight, Guy Windsor, for example. Lots of great content from him, great podcast too. Yeah. There are places that you can get more information so that you can start working on that. Now, you could also look at YouTube for content. Hey, that's what I do. So, I have a YouTube channel, and there are lots of other great YouTube channels where you can find content, but be critical and be wary. Why? Because you are looking for beginner stuff. If you're just starting out and things get too advanced, it's going to frustrate you. You want to make sure that you find good beginner videos. I know some of my favorite stuff was from Dreinschlag. Again, I can try and remember to put the link, although they have a link on the HEMA Alliance. If you go to HEMA Alliance, it's one of the channels that are listed there. Learning Longsword with them. They have lots of good step-by-step little videos that show basic moves. They're contained, episodic. That's great stuff. So find YouTube videos that are clear, concise, that go over basics. That's what you want. You want to start with basics. You don't want to jump into advanced stuff. Believe me. And always practice those basics, even when you're far along. Even after 10 years, I practice footwork. I practice basic cuts. I want my cut alignment, that edge. I want nice 20 to 30 degree cuts. I want to make that X. I want to draw those lines. I want to make sure that my feet are still in the right position after doing a bunch of footwork, passing and stuttering steps. I'm still going to check my feet. It's important. You need to continue to keep the neural pathways strong. What you build up in skill, you know how they say, use it or lose it? It's true. If you are rusty, you will have little flubs. So always practice the basics. So you're going to go out there, learn those basics, and you're going to always remember to practice them. Even 5 minutes a day, even 20 minutes a week. However you put this together, remember your basics. I try to do a few minutes of basics most nights before bed. Keeps me good. Okay. And of course, the most important thing that I can tell you, be patient. Learning to sword fight takes time. If you're at a club, or you're learning with just a few friends, or you're solo training, be patient. It's going to take time to develop the pathways in your brain that tell all the muscles and joints and everything what to do. It takes time. If you are at a club and you are fighting, it's going to take time to overcome maybe the hesitation of hitting another person. Particularly a Canadian thing to apologize because you just hit someone with the sword. And we notice that there's a lot of reluctance. It doesn't feel natural to people because it's not part of their daily lives. Some people might be used to other martial arts and it's okay, and they come into it and they can swing a sword at someone's fencing mask. But be patient. It's going to take time. You might need 6 months. If you're joining a club, be patient. Wait for the results. It's okay. They're going to correct mistakes and you're going to make them because you are learning. Remember, knights started out as squires. And if you were starting this at 12 years old and you needed it for life and death situations that might come up every year, yeah, okay. By the time you're 18, 19, you're going to be pretty good at it. By the time you're 30, you're going to be amazing at it. But it takes time, and I want you to be patient. All right? So that's just my quick little video on some tips on how you can get into sword fighting, particularly European martial arts, but some of that could apply to other types of sword fighting. You want to learn how to use a katana. You know, do you want to learn kendo, iaido? There are different schools, and you can do your research and find a local club and go try it out. You want to do heavy armored combat fighting, there may be a local school. You can go and test it out. Most places are always happy to figure out something for you, to get you into some sort of program, some sort of introductory course. A lot of times it might be free. So, you want? Get out there. Don't just rely on the YouTube. Find a club if you can. Ask questions. Make comments on people's YouTube channels about the techniques. Ask them to explain things if you don't quite understand. And of course, be patient because it will take time for you to learn this stuff. And if you don't have the budget for gear, I have a video on how to make a broomstick sword. That's in the Crafty Things playlist of my channel. Head there. You can use a broomstick. You can use a cane. You can use all sorts of things as a simulator for training while you save up and buy the equipment that you need. Alright, so friends, thank you so much for watching. Do remember, like, subscribe, and your comments, of course, do help shape the channel. So let's have conversations. What would you like to see? Let me know, because I always appreciate what you have to say. So thanks for watching. Take care, be safe, keep on swinging, and remember, be patient.